committee, and I'm here in opposition to Senate Bill 127. And I'm here in a couple of capacities. One, as the CEO of an organization that employs approximately 7,000 employees and are represented by approximately 12 labor unions. And they have been, our employees have been represented by labor unions for a long, long time. And something I have firsthand experience with in dealing with those unions. And I'm also here as the mayor of St. Louis, of course, and get an opportunity to see the impact of labor unions in our community and what impact it has on businesses and opportunities. Now, I'm very, very proud that St. Louis is a strong union town, and it is. It's one that has outstanding union leadership that works hand in glove and cooperatively with government, with businesses, and with the civic community as well to help build opportunity and create an environment that's attractive for businesses and for jobs. Labor unions, in my experience, have brought with them value in a lot of different ways, and not just in good pay and benefits, but also in a quality skilled workforce, which is what businesses want. It also brings leadership and predictability in a lot of different ways. Let me point to a few recent examples of where the labor union leadership has really stepped up to really help the city of St. Louis and the region and the state of Missouri, for that matter, in attracting and retaining jobs in St. Louis. Take, for example, Boeing. They're moving 2,000 jobs to St. Louis. That would not happen without the strong leadership of organized labor in St. Louis and in the state of Missouri. And the work that they did, the men and women of organized labor brought to the table in terms of skilled workforce and other. And then you've got leadership at the table who are working, again, hand in glove with business leaders to find out what they need so they can help make sure that this is a win-win for everyone. Win-win for the company, win-win for the employees, win-win for the city, the region, and the state of Missouri. The other, and one of the things that the labor representatives brought to the table was, in order to attract these jobs to St. Louis, they are willing to work, and this is something you couldn't do without strong leadership with unions. They're working around the clock, 3 separate shifts without any overtime in order to make sure that they get their stuff done and get it done on time and on budget. They also agreed to do the similar thing in our efforts to try to build, our proposed effort to build a football stadium in St. Louis. Organized labor leaders came to the table and said, look, we're going to do what we can to help make this a reality. We're going to help try to cut costs. We're going to work 3 different shifts, and we're going to do it without overtime. And so that's something that they bring to the table. You couldn't do those kinds of things without strong labor leadership that really gets it and really works to help, again, not just improve opportunities for employees, but also for the local economy. You know, in this economy, the state, companies, employees, labor unions should be working together to create good-paying jobs. I know firsthand that our labor leaders get it. They understand, what it takes to compete, and they're willing to do what they can to make sure that Missouri competes, that St. Louis competes for good jobs and good businesses. I mean, and the bottom line basically is, relatively speaking, the number of union jobs compared to non-union jobs in the state of Missouri is actually very, very small. But the impact that our labor unions have on our economy is very, very big. And I thank them for that. I support them, and I oppose this bill.
Mayor, thanks for coming in today. I know it's a little journey for you. We appreciate you being here. Questions of the witness? Senator Lively?
I'll be brief. Question, Mr. Mayor. You said in your earlier remarks, are you trying to say that Boeing would not have come to Missouri if we were a right-to-work state?
I'm telling you
you were using that in your comments. Go ahead.
No, what I said in my comments is the reason they came here was because of our unions and the fact that we have a skilled workforce that our union represented. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I just want to make sure to clarify that
And
you
they
didn't,
were able to do that because of the
you
leadership.
weren't alluding to the fact they may not have come if we were a right-to-work state. Is that correct?
Well, I think the chances, I mean, I can tell you this, the chances of them coming would have been a lot less. The reason they came here because of the leadership the organized union was able to bring.
I understand that part of it.
And if they
That's
didn't
a-
have the organized
That's a
union
decision they have to
leadership,
make, but I was just making sure you weren't alluding to the fact they may not have come or may not come in the future because we were a right-to-work state. That's all I had on mind.
I think that if it was a right-to-work state, you would not have the organized leaders within the unions
Okay.
working together to put together a package that
Okay.
was attractive.
All right,
Not
thank-
only the skilled labor, but also
Okay.
working with, so I think
All
the
right.
chances of them coming
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
were highly improved because of labor leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Further questions? Seeing none, Mayor, thanks for coming in today and testifying.
Thank you, and I have my
Witness
sheet,
form?
and I
Okay,
usually
just lay it there
use
on the
it.
table,
Right.
put it on the table,
Okay,
we'll get it
thank
for you.
you.
We'll start a pile, I'd say
Thank
there'll
you for
be
the
several.
opportunity to speak, gentlemen. Ladies.
All right, Mark, no. All right, both sides, we don't need applause on either side today. We got business to do here, so we're gonna hammer through this thing. All right, Mark Sweeney,